Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, there's been a recent brouhaha in the news about the Senate's decision not to have live transmission of electoral results. Well, that's what my video is all about. I'll ask you to continuously subscribe to my channel and make comments. So, this particular issue, I will not take any sides. I usually don't. Some people think I do, but in most of my videos, I play devil's advocate. I give Nigerians both sides of the argument and let Nigerians decide. And I'll ask you to comment. So if I'm on a particular topic, I'm not taking sides. I'm just putting all the cards on the table for you to understand the pros and the cons of the decision. So back to Senate's decision not to have the Senate inserted a clause not to have a live transmission of electoral results. Um, so let me ask by asking everyone, have you ever experienced network problems? Please comment in the comment section because it's something it's an issue I have had to cope with on a daily basis. Um, there are certain places in Nigeria where network is bad, especially if you're, I don't know, some will say, oh, this area MTN network is the best. This some will say this particular city you need to have Glow network, and some will say, oh, it's Airtel that works well in this area. So we've all experienced it, all Nigerians. If you haven't, could you just comment in the section to let me know if you haven't experienced network? I'll tell you two examples that I've had to endure recently. And I one time I called a friend in the same house, I called a friend and the line the didn't go through. I got an error message or this person's line is not available. And we live in the same house under the same roof, you know. So that's a surprise. And I've also had issues, when you visit banks, you go to banks to have issues resolved, and you'll be told that network is down, come back tomorrow, and you go back. I remember this happened when I tried the BVN issue. I had to go back to the bank. I went back there on subsequent days before I had it resolved. So we've all experienced this, and this is Lagos. This is the commercial city of in Nigeria. So everyone's had it, network issues, and people just get on with life. You don't get frustrated over something that you can get resolved in a couple of hours or a couple of days. So if in Lagos I have experienced network issues. So what if you're in a village in Kontagora or a village in Ebonyi or a village in Ekiti State? I know Nigerians don't trust politicians. We see conspiracy everywhere, especially with political decisions. But you have to remember that politicians have to cater for all eventualities. I remember a doctor friend of mine said to me that all medical teaching hospitals have got Wi-Fi that works. At times it doesn't work, but according to her, if all medical teaching hospitals, I don't know how many there are, there must be loads, in Nigeria. If they work, if network works in the hospitals, why can't it work on election day? So this is what I said about Nigerians not trusting politicians. And I said to her, the point is politicians have to cater for all eventualities. So what if on that particular election day there was network was down in Nasarawa in a village in I don't know Kefi? So what should the electoral umpire do? Should they just wait? Should they just keep trying? Should they just wait and then continue the next day? Like when I went to the bank, I won't mention that bank's name. I was told network was down. I was told to come back the following day. So if there was an election in Gongola and network was down, so what should the electoral umpire do? Should they just, twiddle thumb or just wait and till it comes on? That's why there is a backup. That's why the Senate put that clause in there. So, and let's also remember what the Constitution says. Nigeria's Constitution says that election must be held and results counted in all local governments. That is 774 local governments in Nigeria, 774 local governments, and 170,000 polling units. So if one, two, or three, or five network was down, can you just advise in the comment section what should the electoral umpire do? So it's one of the reasons why our electoral process, Nigeria's electoral process, is very expensive. We want everything done instantly, and that's not possible in real time. So Nigerians, I'll leave this to you. I'll put all the cards on the table. Put your comments in the section. Let me hear what your advice will be if network is down in Bauchi. What should the electoral umpire do? So let me hear your opinion. Thank you very much.